Hey guys, what's up? Hey, I wanted to put together a quick video of solutions for, we're going to call this 1.2 you try solutions. All right. Oops, my camera's in the way. All right. 1.2 you try solutions, okay? And I'm just going to walk you through it very quickly so you all can have a look at these 8 problems. So, yep, let's go ahead and dig in. Originally, I gave you the answers, and I'm going to prove it to you, okay? So right here, number 4, you try. We're just going to do the operation. This one says plus. All right, so I have real with real, imaginary with imaginary. So I have 1 plus -1. 1 plus -1, guys, is 0. And then I have imaginary -3i plus 3i. So -3i plus 3i is 0. So 0 plus 0 is 0. Okay. Number 5, there was a couple questions about it that I received either in the comment section or through Remind directly. Again, real with real and imaginary with imaginary. The real part is simple. There's only -3. Okay, so that's -3. Over here, though, for the imaginary parts, I have 5i minus 6i. Well, guys, what's 5 minus 6? -1. So you have -3 minus 1i. All right, this, guys, you can reduce. -1 times I is -3 minus I. All right, which is what I have right here. Number 6, real with real, imaginary with imaginary. But at first, I want you to recognize this right here, the negative. Distribute the negative, all right, to both sides. So what you have is 2i minus 3 minus 5i, okay? Now, I'm going to put real with real and imaginary with imaginary. The only real part is right here, -3. So -3 is real. For the imaginary parts, 2i and -5i go together. All right, I just do the operation. 2i minus 5i is -3i. 2 minus 5 is -3. There you go. All right. Now, guys, look, I'm not erasing the original answers I put in the previous video because I don't want you to think, man, I'm trying to fool you right here, man. I'm not. All right. This one here. Again, real with real. 4 plus 4, 8. Imaginary with imaginary. 3i plus -3i. 3 plus a -3, or 3 minus 3 is 0. All right, 8 plus 0 is 8. Okay. Let's jump down here to the multiplication part. Okay, multiplication. Now, before I start this, guys, I really want I want to thank y'all, man, for communicating with me, either messaging me or commenting, because that just tells me you're engaged, you're trying, man, and I appreciate it, man. I love that. It's going to make for a great class. It's going to make for a great school year that you guys are eager to learn, man, and stay on top of this. So good job to you, man. Give yourself a round of applause on that. For 12, man, we're going to distribute 2i to the binomial. So I have 2i times 3. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 6i. And then you have 2i times -5i. Remember here, it's not real with real, imaginary with imaginary. We're multiplying. So you just multiply. So anyway, back to the problem. 2i times 3 is 6i. 2i times -5i is going to be actually 2 times -5 is -10. And I times I is I squared. Okay. So now you want to go, all right, how do you simplify this? Well, remember I squared is -1. All right. So if I squared is -1, that means what I have here is really 6i minus 10 times -1. Sorry about that. Minus 10 times -1. So now simplify. -10 times -1 is actually +10. All right, and then I just have plus 6i. All right, so negative 10 plus 6i, okay? Right here, we're gonna FOIL, use the FOIL method first. So 4 times 6 is going to be 24. All right, then you do outside. All right, 4 times negative I is negative 4i. Then you're going to do inside right here. Negative 4i times 6 is negative 24i. And negative 4i times negative I. Well, negative times negative is positive. So it gives me positive 4i squared. Remember our rule though. I squared is negative 1. So I have 24 minus, I want to simplify this portion right here because they're imaginary i's. Make sure you don't combine those with that. That's I squared. There's two separate variables, okay? These are just i's, all right, or terms. So negative 4i minus 24i is going to give me, they're both negative, so I add them. Negative 28i. And then remember, 4i squared, well, I squared is negative 1. So that's going to be plus 4 times negative 1, okay? Now, let's go ahead and simplify it. You have 24 minus 28i, and again, a positive times a negative is negative 4. So now I'm going to simplify this. Remember, real with real, imaginary with imaginary. Well, there's no more imaginary parts. It's just this part right here is imaginary. Okay? So I'm going to do the real parts. 24 and negative 4. 24 minus 4. 24 minus 4 is 21. Alright, and then minus 28i. Okay? So we have 21 minus 28i. Alrighty. I hope this is clarifying this for you guys. I really do. Next, right here we're going to FOIL again. First, 3 times 3 is 9. Outer, 3 and negative 2i is going to be negative 6i. Inner, which is 2i times 3, is going to be positive 6i. And last, 2i and negative 2i gives us a negative 4i squared. Okay. Now, simplify. 9. Right here I have negative 6i plus 6i. Those are going to cancel. And then I have negative 4 times I squared. Well, that's negative 4 times negative 1. Because remember again, this I squared is negative 1. Okay. This equals negative 1. So now simplify. 9 plus 4 equals, plus 4. Because you have 4 plus, negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And lastly, we have this binomial squared. Alright, remember, the binomial squared means write this binomial twice. Alright, I know someone told me earlier that they said I squared everything in the parentheses. Alright, I gave you a hint. Remember, I told you that if you have x squared, well, that's the same thing as x times x. Alright, so remember, there's a minus sign here. So you cannot just apply that to everything here. Alright, if you want 16 times negative 25i squared, that's not correct. That's not how you evaluate binomials. Alright, there is the minus sign right there that you have to be conscious of. That is not correct. Alright, that's not the same thing as if I had 4 times 5i squared. Well, that's different. Here I would do that. Alright, but this is a minus. So you can't apply that logic, okay? What you have to do is see how x squared is x times x. You got to write it twice. Well, you got to write this binomial twice. All right, so you got to go 4 minus 5 5i times 4 minus 5i. All right, that's what you have to do, write it twice. And then you FOIL it. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times negative 5, negative 20i. Negative 5i times 4, negative 20i. And negative 5i I times negative 5i is going to be a positive 25i squared. Now, you have 16, negative 20i minus 20i is a negative 40i, and I squared is negative 1. So you have positive 25 times negative 1. Now we simplify. 25 minus 1, 25 times negative 1. 25 times negative 1, sorry guys, is going to be negative 25. So I have 16 minus 40i minus 25. Now, you do 16 minus 25 because those are the real parts. 16 minus 25 is negative 9. And you still have that minus 440i, which is your solution, okay? Now, I hope this helps, man. I try to keep it really short and work through it, but kind of in detail. All right, so listen, man. I hope this helps. If this doesn't, please ask me questions when you see me in class tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Have a great day.